June 5th, 1960. Lake Bodom, southern Finland. A mirror of tranquility. Four teenagers, Mila, Anya, Seppo, and Niels, full of youth, embraced the fleeting Finnish summer. They sought a night of shared stories, disconnected from the world's troubles, by the water's edge. But before sunrise, unimaginable horror. A local birdwatcher discovered a scene of brutality. 3 dead, beaten and stabbed. The sole survivor, Niels Gustafsson, no memory. His shoes inexplicably gone. The initial investigation was a disaster. A remote scene descended into chaos, contaminated by curious locals. Evidence poorly collected. The murder weapon never found. Valuables left untouched. It wasn't robbery. This seemed far more sinister. Theories began to emerge in the local press, fueled by fear and speculation. Rumors whispered of a vagrant living in the woods. Others suspected an escaped mental patient, or a Soviet KGB agent hidden in the area, tied to Cold War paranoia. For some, it was the work of a twisted cult, a satanic ritual happening deep in the shadowed forest. But one theory stood out: the idea that Niels Gustafsson, the only one who lived, might have been the one responsible. At first glance, the theory seemed unthinkable. Niels, after all, was found with significant injuries, his jaw fractured, his shirt soaked in blood. But there were inconsistencies in his account of that night. He claimed to have no memory of the attack, a blank in his mind that couldn't be explained. And then there were his injuries. Were they inflicted by an attacker, or could they have been self-inflicted, staged to sell a false story? For decades, the theory lingered in the air, unproven but present. The case had officially gone cold. Then, in 2004, 44 years after the murders, Finnish authorities reopened the investigation. This time, they had new techniques at their disposal, including advanced forensic analysis. They examined the blood patterns on Niels's shoes, which had been found hidden some distance from the murder site. And then, incredibly, they made a move that shocked the entire country. Niels Gustafsson, now in his 60s, was arrested and charged with the murders. For a year, the nation followed the trial, gripped by the idea that the truth might finally come to light. But in the end, it didn't. In 2005, Niels was acquitted. The court ruled there wasn't enough concrete evidence to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Whatever secrets the lake still held, they would remain untouched. The Lake Bodom murders are now etched into Finnish history as its most infamous cold case. Over the decades, extensive theories, books, documentaries, and online forums have tried to make sense of what happened, but there's been no major breakthrough. Investigators and amateur sleuths have pored over every possible angle. Was there a shadowy figure lurking in the woods? Could it have been a stranger passing through the area who disappeared just as quickly as they came? Or was it someone closer to the victims than anyone was willing to admit? One thing is certain: the truth, whatever it is, has outlasted decades of investigation, speculation, and heartache. Today, Lake Bodom is like any other tranquil spot in Finland. People hike the well-worn trails, children laugh and splash in the water, families picnic under the sun-dappled canopy. But for those who know its history, the lake holds an unsettling weight. What really happened? On the night of June 4th, 1960, who killed those teenagers, and why? The answer to that question may never come. The forest around Lake Bodom, its tall pines whispering in the wind, seems determined to keep its secret. And the lake itself? Quiet, still, patient. Beneath its surface, the truth waits, untouchable. Sometimes, mysteries are simply meant to remain unsolved.